The countdown to Africa's biggest night in television and film is officially on. As the stars prepare to light up the red carpet, excitement is building around this year's Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards, a celebration of storytelling, style, and standout performances across the continent. Among the contenders for glory this year is the multi-talented Iwara, who has earned a nomination in the Best Supporting Actor category for his compelling role in the Showmax original drama Princess on a Hill, and bringing her signature flair to our screens and now our studio is the ever-stylish Yolanda Okereke, the fashion force behind Style Magnet, the Showmax reality series nominated in the Best Unscripted Series category. From screen presence to style prowess, they're here to talk about their AMVCA journey and what this nominations means to them. But before we bring them in, let's first look at the shows that have put them on the spot for these nominations.
There's going to be one winner. And there's a lot of amazing mouth-watering prizes up for grabs. A prize package worth 100 million naira.
100 million. I wish I was a part of those people. Welcome to the show. It's so nice to see you, Effa. Yolanda, congratulations on your nominations, and I'm sure you're excited about tomorrow. But let's just get straight into it. I'll start with you, because ladies first. When you think about, how the show started and like how well it's done up until, of course, this nomination, how does that make you feel as someone who is, let's say, I don't even just say a style icon. When it comes to costume design, you are the #1 force in Nollywood. No, but it's true. It's true. Let's give you the flowers before, Yeah.
You have to do
So let's talk about that, Yolanda. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I feel really good. Style Magnet is a show that's really personal to me. It's very special to me because for the longest time I wanted to give back in my own way. So when my friend had this show that she talked about, and she's like, oh, I was like, okay, let's run with it. And for me, it's also giving back to the industry and birthing new talents, exposing them to this big, possibly one day they'll get to the Met Gala. Yeah, so having to coach them, work with them, be their fashion principal, it's been amazing so far. And post the show, I have worked with about 5 of them consistently. I might be wearing one of their designs tomorrow. Who
that was actually going to be my next question.
I know, I saw it coming.
Well, we'll come back to that. Okay, now.
All right, so for you, Effa, now, you're not new to this, actually. So what are your expectations from tomorrow's award? And your nomination, what does it mean to you as Best Supporting Act?
Man, to be honest, I'm just there to have fun, hang out with my friends, have a few drinks, and just like catch up. Yeah, I just catch up and just really, really enjoy the moment. I mean, for me, it's been a very incredible journey. There's so much more to go, and I'm just really happy to be alive, be here, and just enjoy the moment.
So how does a superstar actor like yourself get ready for the AMVCAs? What do you start with? Do you start with your looks first? Is it like, do you have to, go see, get like a massage, get like a facial? You never know. Maybe it's just to be relaxed and be in the zone.
It's pretty simple. I mean, you shower first.
Very important.
Very important.
Then number 2.
Antiperspirant.
Okay. Very the most
In the tropics.
That red carpet.
Yes, very hot.
Yes,
perfume, lotion.
Lip balm.
Lip balm in your pocket.
Picture, no paparazzi, no behind.
No, so that's the thing. I think like the trick is you have to take the picture like days before.
That's a new trick. It's a new one.
That is the new trick.
The new trick.
Yes.
Oh,
now you know, dear.
No, now you know.
I thought it was like okay, before you step out, let's quickly.
It's going on at the same time. So most people want to drop that picture
today.
before they hit the red carpet.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to depend on that picture they will take you in that sweaty, hot.
No, I was thinking maybe before you step on record, maybe like in your hotel room or how they
When
that's that infamous Echo Hotel Hall, that hall that
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the day, sometimes it's days before, because you're better prepared and you know that day anything can happen. Yeah. It's a live show, so you don't know what time you're going to be on the red carpet. So it's better to be safe.
That means I'm late. I don't take picture now.
We can still take tonight.
I know I'll go back tomorrow.
But I want to ask the two of you, can you remember where you were when you found out that you had been nominated, and what did that feel like when you heard, like when you found out that, okay, you are a nominee at this year's, I know it's not new to you, it's not new to you, but it's always different every year when you put in the work and then you're recognized for it. But I'll come back to you, Yolanda.
Ooh, what was that?
Can you remember?
Probably
well set, walking.
Everybody knows I was always on set. No, I was at home actually.
Yeah.
So I was at, no, where was I? I was at home. I'm very sure I was on the bed, lying down, watching K-drama, and then I get a message, oh, please don't judge me. And I get a message, I was like, oh, really? Another one? Yay!
DJ Khaled.
Another
And
one.
some of us are, come on, OG, when it comes like AMVCA, oh yes,
What about you, Effa?
So it was, yeah.
Most times I'm usually working, but this time I was actually in a meeting, and I feel like things like this make me feel nervous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nervous. Why?
Yeah, because if you don't get nominated, it can be very disappointing.
More like, okay, your peers are nominated.
Yes,
and-
I mean, you're happy for them, but you feel kind of left out. So I try not to watch it. I usually occupy myself with something that day, but I keep my phone in sight. And then, okay, show starts by, let's say, 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. And we're talking, having a meeting, doing something. Once I just see my phone ring,
Like it has drums, yes.
how far? They're like, yeah. And it's usually the producer for the show, that calls you and says, yo, we just got nominated. So in my case, it was Shayo, from Source Productions and Showmax. And they call and say, yo, we got this one.
Wow.
And
To get, and I dressed you now. I was your costume designer.
yes, costume department for the show. And then
But it was a great show, so I wasn't surprised when I saw your nomination. I was like, it was deserving.
But what I didn't expect was a second phone call
Tell us about that second phone call.
for a second nomination.
Oh, yeah.
Best soundtrack for.
And I dressed you for that
But
too.
So it's like everything
You
is
see,
almost
when I said she
interconnected
was
this way.
No,
when
but
I saw him, I
Yolanda
was
is top of
here?
she's top of the range. Like she's.
Yeah, she'll declare.
When I was saying
In a right, you say there's implication.
yes.
There are implications. You know what that means?
Implications.
Just my dandy.
Dandy look.
I want to ask you, Yolanda, as someone who's been behind many iconic, not just costume designs for movies, but even iconic red carpet moments at the AMVCAs as well, and even not just the AMVCAs, any major award show that Nigerians are there. If you check, you will see that Yolanda's name is there. What does fashion mean to you personally? How do you define your personal style?
It's an expression of how I feel, aware of where I am at a particular point in time in my life. So that's why you notice that people's fashion has like transitions and it evolves. Yeah. So from time to time, they're daring sometimes they're more. So I just believe that fashion is, style is natural to you, but fashion is just an expression of how you feel. Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to like awards, you have to go into who is the client, who is the talent, who's the person on the red carpet, where are they at that point in their lives? How do I reflect that on the red carpet? Because you also need to make sure that as much as the outfit is outstanding, it's not also covering who they are. So they also need to be able to carry it. Yeah. So that's also really important. One of the things I taught the students, like we had an episode on Style Magnet where it was to make something that you can wear on the red carpet. And I said to them, it has to be wearable. As much as you want to do art, it has to be wearable, breathable, and comfortable. Yeah. So seeing what they do now, like what they actually are bringing out now, it's worthy of being on the Met Gala red carpet.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
All right, so let's talk about the project you were nominated for. What was it like being on set? I'll start with you, Effa. What was it like being on set of that project, being part of it, then of course come to you for Style Magnet?
I think it was basically a show birthed in love and friendship, because I'm friends with a lot of people on the set. I mean, Yolanda was the costumier. Shaya and I, who's one of the producers, went to school together. I work out at the same gym with Onye. I'd done a previous show, The Men's Club, with Mimi Chaka, So it was basically just friends trying to make magic happen. And I'm very, very happy with how we turned out. And the response has been amazing, and we're hoping for like a season 2.
I want to follow up on that, because Showmax in itself has been a platform for some very powerful African stories lately. What do you think makes Princess on a Heel stand out among this year's nominations, outside of your own, like obviously personal relationship with the cast? What is it about this particular project that you think resonates more with people?
I think it's a take on a relatively different genre. Because, normally, it does have love, it does have the thrill, some suspense, but the fact that it's set in a corporate space is kind of new. There are not too many of those going about. There are a lot of epics, there are a lot of straight up action films, straight up love films, just drama, but I think I call it like corporate espionage, like how things work.
And we don't really have a lot of that.
We don't have a lot of that, like the ins and outs of the corporate world. So it was really nice, and I got to wear more suits than I will normally wear. I felt like a banker, to be honest, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was a completely different spin on a not too popular genre.
Okay, so now let me get your take on this. Like, let's talk about award season in Nigeria. Now, do you feel like award ceremonies in Nigeria are being, like, let me say, belittled? I'm not going to say AMVCA is one of them, but generally, I don't want to call names. Let me leave the names out. So look, I'm trying to, sabotage them. But do you feel like a lot of our talent sort of belittle award ceremonies in Nigeria? So maybe, is it a case of see finish? I'm sure there are a few that can come to your mind. I don't want to say their name, but Shaitan knows what I'm talking about. So, well, like, do you feel like we don't take awards seriously?
Almost like we strive more for like the
international ones, like,
as
let's say on the music side of it, like, see, the likes of Burna Boy and Co. They don't really pay much attention to the ones happening in Nigeria, but everybody's trying to get a Grammy nomination and the likes. What are your thoughts on that? But now, in the movie side.
Is this Effa?
Okay, let me start with Effa, then we'll come to you.
Nomination for music.
Yeah.
So I think because the international awards have a much larger audience, people tend to strive more for that. But I don't know what's going on in any artist's head, what their team is thinking. But I understand trying to do more for everyone else. But I don't think anyone should ever belittle anything Nigerian or African, because home is where the heart is. Everything starts from here. 100%. So I'm pretty sure that if they could, they would. But it's easy on the outside to look at them and say, oh, you're not coming because you're thinking. I mean, what if? You don't know what priorities they had, what business engagement they had on the day, but it's easy to criticize. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
Let me ask you one question, a funny one, or maybe it was not really funny. If you had like a nomination for, say, you had an Oscar nomination and an AMVCA nomination on the same day, which would you attend?
Why are you doing this?
No. It's a very easy question. I'll go for the Oscars, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, why?
Because I don't know any Nigerian that has won an Oscar. But I know Nigerians that have won AMVCAs. So
diplomatic.
No, so it's been factual. So I feel like if I go out there and I win the Oscar for Nigeria and Africa as a whole, I think that would do us a better service than just coming for the AMVCA. So that's really what it's about.
All right.
Like then.
He said, I wouldn't say they belittle the event. There's also availability as well. And let's not forget that some of these events are very short noticed. Very few that we know. So like an AMVCA from last year, where we already knew they were submitting. So already knew when it was closing. Already knew they gave us like prior day to announcements. So you had already said prepping that, am I going to be around in May for this event? So you can't say, if you're making your outfit in May, you chose to do that. If you're choosing to attend in May, you chose to do that. Because from last year, we already knew it was happening, and so on. But for the other one, I felt like when something is short notice, where we have gotten to in music, I'll use music as that reference, music in Nigeria has crossed over. Like, you look at all of this, you look at the footballers, the athletes abroad, they have, in all their Snapchat, their TikToks, they play a lot of Nigerian music. Look at how much it's a stadium, the arenas that they're filling with people. It's a whole lot of people, right? So when you look at that, the real construct is not the economy. I'm going to pay you now, we're going to pay you in dollars. Which way will you pay? I will run to the dollar.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
We have to wrap up
our naira.
But the rent has tripled
Roll the
now.
We have to
naira.
wrap up this
The rent
interview.
has tripled. So
Before you
The
go,
rent has
very
tripled.
quickly, Ikena, I'll flog you on this. Before you go, if you had to describe your AMVCA journey in one word, what would it be? Effa?
I would say...
One word.
One word?
Yes.
Suspicious.
I like suspicious.
Why do you say suspicious?
I will have to say grateful. Actually.
Grateful. I like that. What about you, Yolanda?
Journey of journeys. There are plenty of AMVCA.
So the entire journey so far till date.
Has been long, oh.
A long one.
It has been monumental.
Monumental. I like that. I like that.
Monumental.
Grateful, monumental. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we really do wish you the best tomorrow. If you guys win, trust me, I'm going to be there shouting, Effa, Yolanda.